Well, welcome to Andertons TV. My name's Jack, and I'm here today with the lovely
Steve Beeston from Yamaha.
Steve. Pleasure, man.
Nice
Thanks.
to meet you.
We did have a little high five just before, but we're in today. Tell me what we're in for, because I deliberately try not look in the room before I come in and find out too much about it. But you're saying this isn't even out in the world yet.
It's a replacement for the Yamaha MODX, which is a level below the Montage keyboard, basically.
Nice. It looks great. Just what are the core features about it? Because that's the thing, I can't know about it because it's not even out yet. So tell me about it.
Well, it's got a massive sampler, AWM sample engine built in, which is 128 note polyphony. Also got an FM engine built in, which has got 64 note polyphony.
Right.
If you're used to FM keyboards, DX7s and stuff like that, they're always 6 operator. This is an 8 operator engine, as was in the Montage synth. The two together give you 192 note polyphony possible from the machine itself, and thousands of presets, basically.
Crikey, yeah, and I've heard a lot of good things about that FM engine from Montage, so it's coming out. It looks great. It looks great. What other things are in there? You were saying a little bit. Was I a motif user beforehand? And I was like, yeah, I love the motif.
Yeah, obviously when it came out initially, when Montage initially came out, it replaced Motif XF, which was. Yeah. Motif has been, I think, 15 years in development, basically. So different versions of Motif, yeah. XF, XS. When it came out, obviously went straight to Montage. All the Motifs had already sold, so we then had the Montage. And existing users were like, oh, where do I go now? Now, 2.5 years later with the Montage, all the XF sounds, Motif sounds, all the sounds are already in it, but now all the performances that people used to love are also in it. Yeah. So they're in the Montage and they're also in the MODX. So if you wanted to dial up a Motif sound, yeah, there's actually now a category you can choose, and you choose XF presets.
Oh my God.
So, which is fantastic for existing users, because we have a lot of people coming across from America, artists that come across from America who say, it's got to be a Motif. Yeah. It doesn't need to be a Motif anymore. And in fact, over the last year, things have changed with Montage, where the artists are now asking for, the artists are coming across and saying, I want a Montage. So, you know, Justin Timberlake came across here 3 Montages a few weeks ago, which is cool.
That is really cool.
So they're asking for that now as well. But now if they do want a specific sound, they can literally call it up on here anyway, and on the Montage and the MODX.
Oh, so. Lovely. And it's coming in, we've got the 88 here in front of us, right? 3
different versions. We've got the 88 in front of us, 88 key weighted action. There's also a 61 key synth action and a 76 synth action as well. Very important thing about it is portability, lightweight. Montage was 29 kilos. It was a beast of a keyboard with a metal chassis.
You, Chris.
So, yeah, enormous weight.
Yeah. It's almost like they were trying to put more weight in. I used to think with the old motor.
It's a metal chassis. It felt it felt substantial. And if you're carrying it, thinking, my God, there's a lot in this. Yeah. What they've done is a plastic chassis, so with a plastic frame instead. Yeah. Still got a weighted action, but it's under 15 kilos.
Go on, let's get the weight of this bad boy.
Give it a go.
Whoa!
That's so light. If you'd have tried that with a Montage, it's a challenge.
No way.
So,
I didn't even think about my posture, and I'm still all right. Yeah. That's good.
You want to try carrying it for a while.
Oh, that's great. And this looks like an absolutely great-looking screen. A lot, and is this similar to the one on the Montage?
It's exactly the same. Yeah.
Right.
So that is exactly the same screen as what the Montage had. Most people tend to navigate it via the screen. The Montage also had a panel with the lights on the side, which also corresponded with this. So if you touched a light there, a light here would light up. So what they've done is taken off the lights there, because 90% of people are using the screen. So,
nice.
So again, there's a way of cutting it down to make it a more affordable version, basically, if you like.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, great viewing angle. We'll get into it in a bit with some sounds. And actually, are there any particular sounds you wanted to show off, being a Yamaha head honcho? I did hear, whilst I was in the bathroom, just washing my hands, but there was some posh playing coming out. And was it something to do with an audition?
Yeah, any sound you choose, these are basically the presets. Whatever sound you choose, the person who designed it, who wrote the sounds in the first place, there was a team of about 8 guys who wrote the sounds worldwide for this. Every time they did it, they had to write a piece of music to go with it. So for whatever sound it is, if you just press audition, they have to choose it. And it demonstrates what they were thinking of when they wrote the sound.
That's great.
So So that's a traditional kind of sound. If I went to more a fancy synth sound,
we got to find it.
To choir sequence.
Yeah.
If I go to that, then you get an idea of what they were working on. And if you stay on that and move across, you can.
This is so up my street. It's called Surprise Package as well.
Yeah, and it is a surprise package.
Oh.
So that's for every single sound that's in there. What's changed over the versions with the montage, which is exactly the same. Basically, the engines are pretty much exactly the same. The main difference between this and the montage with the engine is the FM engine is 64-note polyphony with MODX. With montage, it's 128-note polyphony, giving you 256 in total. So you've got 64 instead of 128. But apart from that, it's exactly the same engine, it's just slightly less polyphony. But 64-note polyphony with an FM engine is massive. If you consider DX7 has 6 notes.
Outrageous.
You know, that's it. So it's.
And I suppose that'll come in if you're sequencing.
If you're sequencing,
as well. Yeah, that'd be really handy. Yeah. And does it have?
There's no sequencer on board, but this is called a music synthesizer.
But it's got the performance sounds, which are, to me, has it got like the accompaniment ones where you jam over?
Yeah, inside it, obviously, there's over 1,000 different arpeggios. There's also 1,000 different drum patterns built in as well.
That's it. It's where they treat it as arpeggiators, but that eats up the polyphony. So if you're a guy doing auto accompaniment or
again, if you're using it for auto accompaniment, you wouldn't use this. It doesn't auto accompany. So that's our Yamaha.
Anything where it plays along when I press one finger, I'll call that auto.
That's our Genos side of things.
Oh,
that's
right, exactly.
That's the new Tyros, basically, which came out a year and a bit ago.
Thankfully, God, I used to go down some rabbit holes with that.
Well, on this side of things, because it's not a workstation, it is a synth. But with the audio output on this via USB, you've got 10 outputs via USB and 2 inputs as well. So it's designed to be linked to a DAW.
Yes.
So and it is multi-timbral. You can have 8 sounds together, basically, at one time.
Great.
With a montage, you can have 16 sounds together. But most of the big sounds were only 8.
Yes.
So having the 8 sounds, it's absolutely, completely fine.
Oh,
so,
great.
And then that's 8 sounds in one go. But there's many different ways of layering the sounds up as well. So.
Nice. Well, thanks. That's a good overview of it. We're going to delve in and play some of the sounds, get some music out of the thing, and react to it, because I'm a big Moti fan, man. Let's crack in.
Great.
All right. Do it. Right. Let's play some sounds and go through it. Yeah, thank you, mate.
No props.
That's probably the best thing to do.
Right, you go to the basic presets. So this is where it starts. Within the preset section, this is your live screen. So on the live screen, you've got 16 different spaces at any time.
Yep.
If you go to the basic presets, they're in categories as well. So this one, they've done best of MODX, best of MODX 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So again, you're a player. So.
Oh yeah, I'm a player.
CFX. What is important as well, which is exactly the same on montage as it is on this, they've kept what's called the super knob.
It's
a super knob. We had plenty of laughs about that when it first came out.
Glad Dennis Pete, isn't it?
Exactly. There is, you can control it by hand. What I've also done is link it to the FC7 foot pedal, so that basically controls that. Super knob. So as a keyboard player live, the one thing we don't often get is performance things, to add expression to your playing, apart from your playing itself. So with this, you can be bringing in other sounds. So as you take it towards the centre of your foot pedal with that, you're bringing in electric piano. So you're blending the two together. If you take it to the top end, it's just electric piano. And because it's on live set, whether you're holding the foot pedal down, you can now, you've already changed to the next sound. It's overlapping. So, seamless switching basically. So, and if I wanted to go straight to another live set with...
Woo, it's very, I don't know what's going on.
With Bosendorf, this is now a Bosendorf set that comes free of charge with it. of the single sounds, super knob is now changing that as reverb. So you're opening up the piano basically. So.
Is it? Great.
And there's different versions, adding strings, and well, these are performances based around the Bosendorfer. So
that is the best explanation of it I've seen. I was thinking, how am I going to use that as a player when I looked at the montage?
yeah,
And it's a very I use there's a lot of morphing functions on other keyboards, Dave Smith, Nord, and like complex modulation, but often it's just one simple thing that you want to assign to a controller or your foot, like reverb, and that's very thoughtful.
a lot of the time with the dual patches, it's bringing in a pad. So, for instance, the one thing this thing used to have with the lights was the way to search the sounds. Now most people started to use the screen. So if I go category search, then I want to search pianos. So straight away I'm on pianos, but I can search type of pianos as well. So I see all these pianos here. If I scroll down,
and you can see what components are used in the sound as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, nice.
So acoustic pianos. So these are all acoustic pianos. So you can see the CFX Concert is the main acoustic piano. For instance, if I know that CFX Concert, that's going to be my first sound.
Yeah.
The minute it's there in performance, so I want to get into it, I can have my own live set for it. If I press Shift, live set, that takes me to the next available space, basically. So if I go live set 5, this could be my live set, which you can name. If I press the button, it's there. After that, you wanted to go straight to the that Rhodes sound that you loved.
Yeah.
So
let's find a Rhodes.
If I go to category again.
Category.
Keyboard.
Nice.
74 phase. Now I love that sound.
Yeah.
Press Shift, live set.
Find where you.
Find that where I was before.
Yeah, I see.
It's the blank one. There. So that's there. So if I'm playing now with a live concert.
Yeah.
And while you're holding the sustain pedal down. And you can have different sets for different songs. You can name anything you want to.
Very quick way, if you you turn up to a gig and they've got one of these, or you're on your mates, or the first time you buy it, you can start really building what sounds matter to you instead of sifting through all the...
Yeah. And obviously after you've done it, you can save it on a stick. So as a performer, you can take the stick round, put it in, you load in your own live set.
No laptop, you just need the stick.
You just need your stick, yeah.
That's really
You actually don't even... Weirdly enough, you can do it with an iPhone now as well. There's an app called Sound Mondo, which allows you to, with the iPhone, using the camera kit, straight into the back. If you find a sound worldwide, doesn't matter what it is, if you put your set online, you could call it up and instantly it goes into the keyboard and you just save it.
That's really cool. Is that a Yamaha?
Sound Mondo came out a couple of years ago, and they did it for Reface keyboards.
Yes.
And they brought it out for montage keyboards.
I've got some Reface keyboard.
Reface keyboards are great.
Yeah.
So,
I love it. There's CPs.
CP's awesome, yeah.
I've got a CP in the DX and they go around with me everywhere, man.
A lot of artists are taken around for gigs, for flying, sat in at the back, basically just writing stuff, because they sound great. So
yeah, and guitar players get to fiddle before they go on stage, and piano players, you're like, ooh. And it's really
with speakers
good.
built in.
Oh, anyway,
that, so.
I'm going slightly off topic because we've got a other beast in there. That's really cool. Looks like we've got some hands-on control of everything, all the normal things. I think we should just get into hearing the thing. Are there any other operational bits that set it out, you think?
There's a lot more inside the keyboard, obviously. Yeah. So a lot of the movement that you can hear, if I go to the live set, go to the presets.
A lot of CS80 patches there.
Okay, one thing that's also free to download from Yamaha YamahaMusicSoft.com. The Bosendorfer is a free download. So the CS80, all the CS80 patches are a free download.
Yeah.
There's the Herbie Hancock electric piano. It's a free download. That was done in the time where the motif was around. It was recorded for that, and they've made it a separate patch, so it's available for this as well. So and you can add more sounds into it, basically.
So there's flash memory. It comes with flash memory.
There's a gigabyte of flash memory built in. So the Montage had something like 4 gigabyte memory.
Yeah.
This has got a gigabyte of memory, but it's still well adequate if you consider the size of how it's compressed.
Fabulous. And yeah, so you can put in all the libraries from like Motivator and things like that if you buy third-party montage
there's people
libraries.
making montage libraries as well. Also, what is available for montage that will become available for this as well is something called Sample Robot, where you could take an existing analog synth and you love that analog synth, you could record it. What it does is record it on one note and plays it over the whole keyboard. But that's also available and
like
loads into memory as well.
automatic sampler,
Automatic
so
sampler,
you can
basically,
steal that keyboard.
That's available free to montage users. And
So your mate who owns all the vintage synths, you just take this round and then
Excuse me, mate, can I borrow it for the weekend?
Scan
Stay at your house
it, steal
for the
it.
weekend.
That's cool. But the CS80, that's are they samples of CS80 stuff?
They've been created, basically. Yeah, so.
I love the pads.
So that's
on
just
CS80.
recently came out.
Nice. We're talking about some movement as well.
Yeah. So you've got Best of MODX, Best of 2. If I go to what's called motion control, this is where a lot of the movement starts to happen, basically. So, I mean, there's some really unusual stuff if you play this.
Yeah.
And with Super Knob. One thing that's inside it as well, for every single sound, there's 2 effects processors.
Yeah.
That's basically, if a performance has got 8 sounds, every single part of that sound has got 2 effects processors, and you've also got another double effects processor over the top of that master as well. So there's the effects engine in it is incredible. A lot of the stuff that's been used off the SPX over the years, so the VCM effects, they're also in it as well. So as well as having all the sounds, the effects section is massive inside it as well.
And I'll just have a little look on the back, see what we got, what we're plugging in the back. No. Sorry, super boring, but I want to find out because this is tickling my fancy, this keyboard.
The other side, what's in, you also got an analog audio input as well, stereo input.
Yeah,
so your existing keyboards could go into it as well and play through it if you like.
Yes, that's with all those effects. And does it have a vocoder in it?
It does, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's built in as well. You just go in, the audio interface can be a microphone, and that's a vocoder as well. And there's vocoder patches that don't sound until the microphone's pulled in, because they need a trigger basically.
How many emails did people
Yeah, exactly. Does that have one? Yes,
I think I got a broken one.
Can't get it to work.
Yeah, I just like it because I'm going to be honest, I got a bit freaked out by the montage.
Yeah.
I was like, big knob and all the lights and imposing, and I just want to play some dodgy chords with a nice some nice patches, and this seems right up my street. Like,
well, weirdly enough, a lot of the performers, because the knob basically changes. Depending on what you're doing with it, if it's modulation, it will flash in time with the modulation and colour as well. You can turn it off. So for live stage use, it's a bit, oh my God, the stage is black, they're throbbing at me.
Good.
Super knob. So that's there.
And when I used to sell keyboards, I can remember I didn't sell a Kronos once because it had a flashing light that you couldn't turn off.
Oh my God, no.
And
no,
the guy said, I can't buy it because I've got epilepsy.
And he
was like, and I thought, I mean, I'd never thought about that, but so there we are. I think he just didn't want the keyboard.
He could afford it, but he didn't want to buy it.
Yeah, exactly, mate, exactly. We got 2 whippersnappers in the back there as well. Like, hello, yeah. Should we let the whippersnappers loose on it and see what they do with some patches? Because Chris is really good and Ben's really good, and they're going to sum them forth, and then we'll tag out and you tag in. Okay. Right, let's tag out. High five.
Here we go.
It's synth time, I reckon.
It's synth time. What do we got?
What is this? The CS80 kind of
CS80
preset bank. Let's grab CS80 new strings. People have definitely noticed in the comments that I can't play keys, so all I do is play the black notes.
It doesn't matter though, because black notes are great. Alright, what do we got? Let's see what sounds are available. We've got lots of strings. Alright, get your foot on that.
Yeah.
yeah, and we've got the scenes as well, so this probably does something.
Oh man, there's some low end in there.
Right. Damn, son.
What's really great about like having the scenes as well as like the preset stuff. What was this called? The super knob.
Super knob.
On like any other analog synth, you might call up a preset, play a bit, and like, oh, that's what it does. That sounds cool.
And maybe use the mod wheel a bit.
Yeah,
like.
this one you go through the scenes and just more keeps happening.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
really fun.
it's just like. And that.
There's over 1,000 different arpeggios.
1,000 different arpeggios.
Madness.
So I think we've got enough. That's awesome. Should we expand our audible
We do
vision?
have the Bosendorfer,
Oh, here we
the
go.
B word. This was so CS80 Bosendorfer stuff. That was all free.
It's all free of charge, yeah.
Nice.
That's always a plus. Actually, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Let's move this.
Expression pedal on the reverb. That's just my favourite thing.
You express and I'll play.
Okay, cool. We'll swap over.
You are my expression.
One with strings involved as well.
Oh, here we go. Well, put the there we go. That's got some line.
Yeah. So like all the way at the top, it's just the strings, I reckon. Yeah. Jazz trio. Ah, here we go.
Oh.
Brilliant.
That's awesome. Get the hip hop kit on.
Where's that?
Oh yeah.
So straight away you can actually play along with it. That's something which is a new feature.
Nice.
That's awesome. I'm digging that. Rhythm pattern.
FM linear synth idea was then. Whoa.
The extra pianist. Whoa.
So they're all really inspiring sounding
Yeah, that's the
presets.
thing. It's just like I'm a bit boring with my playing, and I like to stick to the same key a lot of the time. But I mean, it's just when you have. Oh, this was awesome. Yeah, Steve was showing this to me. This is a cool bit. Definitely, yeah, it's inspiring for sure. I mean, sorry, just playing, and give that big knob a spin. It seems like, I don't know, put it all the way.
It's like a really diffused tail.
A little bit of modulation in there. It's nice.
That's what I was gonna say. There's definitely some. Very nice. How do you feel on what you've discovered so far? What do you think?
I really like the sound of some of the analog synthy stuff.
It's funny you
Analog
saying
synthy
that
stuff
because
is
I
great.
actually really enjoy the acoustic stuff. I think because I was saying earlier how I've got a older Yamaha keyboard, a CP50 or something like that, and it's limited. So the sounds on this are like definitely an upgrade. It's just something I can spend a couple hours on, just going wild and finding stuff that is just inspirational, I guess. Like this, all the the CS80 stuff is great.
Well, this is like an FM version of a CS80 thing.
Fair. All the fatness, and it does hold like quite a level of beef in there. There's definitely some. There's definitely some fatness in there. Should we get Jack?
Let's get Jack to do a bit of a wrap up.
Step up.